This is Daniel Naroditsky. He is a chess grandmaster and one of the strongest bullet players in the world. He even casually destroyed Magnus Carlsen, the world champion, the other night.
What? What? Oh my fucking god.
One reason Daniel is so fast and so strong is because of his crazy intuition and his problem-solving ability. And in today's video, he's going to teach me exactly that.
So black is going in the direction of the arrow, white is going in the direction of the blue arrow.
Yeah, we know I struggle with that. Thanks for clarifying.
But in these endgames, like, you have to, I think, because it's like you've got no orientation because there are no other pieces.
Of course, yes.
So it is black to play. And this is cool because, at least for me, when I look at this position, I get an intuitive evaluation here that my brain is sort of screaming. What would you say if you had to evaluate this position in like 10 seconds? Is it a win for either side, or is it a draw with best play? What do you think?
My intuition would be black is winning because I would think that the king can somehow move out of the way for the pawn and we could promote first.
Very nice. And you've got white's pawn blockaded.
Yes.
But if you look at a little bit closer, let's try to do some calculation. And important not to get overwhelmed. My recommendation, always start with the most straightforward move. See what happens and then go from there. So what is the most direct way to try to win here with black?
Moving the king out of the way, which you would just get checked.
Okay, but let's calculate it. Where would you move it, for instance? You can't move it to the B file. It's cut off, so
say king
give
D1.
me a sample move. Okay, let's say king D1. What does white have to do here?
Check.
Okay. If the king goes back to C1, you repeat move. So black has to try what?
King E1.
Let's say king E1. White's move is, well, it's not totally forced, but what can white do to keep defending?
Rook C7.
Or
rook check.
Yeah,
oh.
And the thing is, white can keep checking, right? And the moment that you go too far, here white's just going to go there and the pawn is a sitting duck, right?
Yeah.
Now, something really cool.
Yeah.
Rook takes H7. What is white's best move here?
Well, this still works because you win the queen.
It's still a draw. It's still a draw, but it's a cute line, right? You always just have to have your eyes open to these and alignment, right? Alignment of the king and queen, something you always have to keep an eye on. But in any case, that's beside the point. It seems like black cannot make any progress, but this is where you need to zero in on the right concept. Let's take this from the high level. You want a situation where what happens? Where your king isn't on C1 and where what else is true? For this to be a win, what else has to be true about the black king position?
You can't check him.
Okay, so just logically, where does the king have to go?
I figured it out.
Let's go back to this position.
I think.
Let's hear it.
Oh, wait. Never mind.
I think you did. I think I could sense that you had a light bulb moment. But
wait! There's another way. Okay, we have to do this first, force the king here, and then we hide behind the king.
But so you're on the right track. The problem there is I go here. This is the right idea. But what happens if you look very carefully after I go king B1?
You check me.
Yep. Forcing the king back to C1 and off we go, right?
Yeah.
But you're right in your general idea. So let's rewind to the start. There is a square where you basically use the white king as an umbrella. What is that square? And getting there isn't the easiest, but you can do it.
Well, it would be the A file or...
So A1 or A2. A1 or A2, that's what I meant. A1 or A2. Can we get there? Can we try to get there?
Well, that was what this idea was. But yeah.
But you can do it without it.
And you could sack the rook,
don't need your
that's
rook.
A draw.
You don't need your rook. You can do it just with your king. It's just you need to go around.
Wow, like this.
Bingo. So go ahead.
Bingo, chat. Bingo.
Check.
Wow, that's so cool.
Boom. Check.
We escaped.
Boom. Check. And you've escaped. Now, generally, your default should be to go the file that's not the file of the promotion to avoid various pins and skewers.
Like that little trickies.
Your default should be king A2, right? You don't want to go into the far corner. You want your king to have as much space as possible. Easy shortcut.
Yes.
So the move is? White's response is forced.
Here.
And now the second step of the combination. here it's time to apply your initial idea.
Sack.
Take a moment here.
We sack
the
rook. Do you get it?
But then I take your pawn.
Ah. But you know.
Then I take your pawn.
Did you get the meme, Danya? That was my question.
Well, I could sense it was a meme, but wait. Is that from
Danya?
I'm supposed to know. I'm supposed to know this, right?
This is yours. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It was wrong, and let's just move on. No, it's okay.
What is it from?
It's from Gotham Chess.
The idea is to sacrifice the rook! First in this position, I sacrificed my rook! You guessed it, the rook!
It's a funny TikTok. It's not that deep. It's just okay. I had a moment. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. No, it's all good.
Okay, so this does not work. Well, but.
So king b2 rook. Yep. Force the king to the b file. And then umbrella. The umbrella has moved on.
Follow the umbrella.
You shadow the king.
Wow.
Check. Here.
This is crazy.
And then you win. You can make the final move. Bingo. That's it. White can't promote. The king shelters the black king. And the white king is too far. I mean, white king can't even step onto the c file because then you just simply promote.
I'm not gonna lie, until you said follow the umbrella, I had absolutely no idea what to do. But these analogies are helpful, and I feel like I'll remember them.
And this is an actual theme, like using your opponent's king as kind of a shadow. And what I would say is that, like, sometimes you apply these ideas in ways you didn't realize. So it's not only this specific idea, you're also kind of opening your eyes up to various just tactical concepts. And I think this is how endgame learning actually happens. But let's go back and see what happened in the actual game, because Black missed this idea. Like, how could he miss this elementary concept, right?
Yes.
What Black did instead also makes sense.
Elementary.
Okay, so after rook b7, I was sarcastic. Black plays the move rook to d8. So what is the idea of this?
Oh, he's trying, what do we call this? The bridge. No. Is it the bridge?
Even simpler. You're just trying to go king d2.
There's no bridge. I was trying to be like the prophet. I wanted to throw out some big words and pretend I was making something, but
the Lucina position?
Yeah. It's simpler than that.
So you'd be right if there was no pawn on h7, right?
Yeah.
But you have to keep your rook on the 8th rank.
Yeah.
So white approaches the pawn, and now it appears that black wins on the spot, and we didn't need all that craziness that we did. So what move did black play in the game?
This, I think.
Exactly.
Okay.
But now the second part of this beautiful example. You have to remember that sometimes when the queens promote, even if one side is up a lot of material, the queen is just a ridiculously powerful piece, and the opposing side's pieces can be in a very awkward spot. So by process of elimination, you can find white's move. There's just nothing else to be done here other than this thing.
Yes.
Tactics.
Okay.
Tactics.
I zoned out for a small second, and he said, this is very important, and you shouldn't miss this. And I actually zoned out. Okay, there's two ideas. It's either this, and then maybe we have some Forkaruski where we win the rook. Okay, he gave me a
good path. What's the other idea out of curiosity?
And the other idea would be to sack the... Well, no, because you would just... Oh, yeah, would be to promote right away, and then I was thinking maybe we could stop the pawn with, like, rook check.
So that is the position. That's the Lucina position. That's where you burn the bridge. That's where you create the bridge.
Yes.
C1 and black is winning.
Yes. I know this one.
And you've seen it before, and we won't delve into like that. Actually, this is a simple form of it too, because king b1 is actually unstoppable here. Little pro tip: you can do this thing, and even though you give up the pawn, what's the appropriate check here? Is it here or here?
Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tail the king and not missing rook a6 or f6. Very nice.
Okay.
So go ahead with the other move.
Bam.
Yep. Takes.
Bam.
And after c1 queen, you use, I think the sundial is how I've heard referred to. You don't even need to win the rook. It's even simpler than that.
Wait.
It's even simpler than that. You can force the draw here because remember, the black king has to stay in contact with the queen at all times.
Wow. See, this is why you confuse me, because you're like, Yeah, okay, this makes sense. Okay, yeah.
But king d1, what's the other check? Queen h6,
Here.
king d1, line's not
Queen
over.
h1.
Exactly. Repeating
And you have
move.
to defend your queen constantly.
Yeah, king d1 has to go toggle between d2, d1. White toggles between h1 and h6. But you're never done with Mrs. Tish. This is the game continuation.
No,
but black
not Mrs.
is smarter
Tish.
than that. Black plays the move. And there are two lines that lead to the same conclusion. In the game, black plays rook to d3 check. The idea is to force the white king away in order to carve out more space for the black king to escape the queen's checks.
Gotcha.
So there's a move you can rule out immediately here.
We would rule out here
Two
and
moves.
here.
Right. So the correct move, and I'll tell you the move because, you know, I want you to focus on the subsequent concept.
And you don't think I can find
Steps back
it?
to a2. I think you could, but it's like there's a lot of calculation to do in king b4. So those lines are complicated, but black actually wins there. And the final idea here is in this position where you need to identify the concept before you start looking for the move. Otherwise, it's almost impossible to figure this out. There's something about this position that you need to see.
Okay. Let's see. Something about this position. I mean, I would.
What does that even mean?
Oh! We could probably force ourselves in a stalemate.
Excellent. The king is out of squares, but when you have this situation, it's important not to get overexcited because you want to avoid something that lets black cover a check with one of his pieces. So actually, by process of elimination, there's only one check here that sort of fits the bill for white. There are two checks available, and one of them allows black to cover the check with one of his pieces. So what's the other move? Bingo. Go ahead. Now, if king e3, what happens?
Then we win the queen.
Then we win the queen with queen h6.
Yep.
So the king, if it goes to c3, then you can go queen c7 and force the king back. In the game, black plays king d1. And the beautiful final detail, white to play and end the game immediately. Now we act on the observation we made. Bingo.
Wow. That's cool. It's like
Stalemate.
a reverse stalemate checkmate. We're like checkmating him,
This
but
is
it's
how
not
the
actually
game ended.
checkmate. It's pretty cool.